Good morning. Good morning. It's 8:23 a.m. I'm on my way to the gym right now. I guess the only thing that really kind of popped to my mind this morning to talk about was why people give up so soon. You know, you always hear about individuals having these great these great visions of grandeur and all these really promising and hopeful things. You know, whether they want to be an athlete, they want to be a doctor, they want to, whatever the case may be, they want to get a job, they want to be a better Christian, they want whatever it is they want to be. It's rare that you ever see anybody complete the task or move forward. It's rare. And I think the reason why it's rare is because we're so used to having everything so fast that when we don't see anything start to metabolize within the scope of when we think it should be, because obviously whatever it is that we want, we're looking at something external and saying, well, they got it, but never really truly understanding the depths of what it took for them to achieve it. So we give up short. And we went into the prison this Friday, and I couldn't help but share with them that the majority of the prophets in the Bible had all been through the desert. Now, to some who can't decipher what that means God was trying to create separation between what you know or what you think you know and what he needs you to know. The desert ends up becoming an isolated area, an isolated place. When it's an isolated, desolate place, you have a couple options. One, you can kick and scream and complain about being in this isolated area. Two, you can listen to the reason why you're there. And three, you can do none of the above and just sit there all day and assume that this is just the lot in life that you were given and there's no intention or purpose for you. And I think a lot of people will opt to the third one. Weight loss is the biggest example of how people give up short. You did not put 50 pounds on overnight, dog. You did not do that. It was one cookie. It was a piece of cake. It was eating too late. It was less exercise. It was more calories. And you didn't see a quarter pound of weight get put on. Because even when those jeans got a little too snug, you just assume they shrunk. Not that you grew, but that your pants shrunk. Because once again, it's another part of reality you don't want to face. I'll tell you the single solitary thing, and I think I'm 2 years strong, exercising every day at this time. The thing that kept me diligent and adamant about doing it, not taking a day off, was one, I knew what my vision was. I knew how I wanted my body to look. But even sometimes that's not enough. But what really kept me going on and kept me going strong was facing the reality that I hadn't put that weight on overnight. My body hadn't turned into the way it looked overnight. It was an accumulation of time. And if I wanted to undo what I had already done, it would take time. I didn't go into the gym and start lifting everything up, running 20 miles and stair climbing for 50 minutes. It didn't happen that way. But yet somewhere in the crevices of our mind, we think that that's how we're supposed to get to our next level. It's instantaneously, like that. And you set yourself up for failure. So I didn't originally start this conversation to talk about why people give up. Now I really started the conversation to say why you shouldn't give up. Because it takes time. Everything that you're striving for, everything that you're looking to achieve, takes time. How much time? Depends. You might say depends on what? Well, I knew that how much time it took depends on how committed I wanted to be. And then some things, in terms of love and finances and material, it sometimes comes down to the point, are you ready? Are you ready for what an influx of cash would do to your life? Because like it or not, reality or not, it will change things around you. Hopefully not change you. But even if it changes things around you, you have to adapt and learn how to understand. When people start not liking you, not because of anything you did, but because of, the perception that you might think you're better than them. You don't feel that way. So when it comes time to make the transition for those better things, my suggestion is life is not going to be over in another week or two. Be easy. I know that if I want to live to 80, 90, 100, if I want to see grandkids, great-great-grandkids, if I want to have this kind of life, then it's going to rely heavily on what I do today, on what I do now. If you don't make a change in direction for what you want now, how are you going to dictate or control the outcome of what you're going to get tomorrow? Plain and simple fact. You can't just sit there eating whatever you want and say, well, I hope the weight leaves. It's not how it works.